What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are back with episode 5 of the last 2 question mark challenge. In this series we try and go from last to first on the grid as Lewis Hamilton in a championship, in a full championship with all 22 races. Hopefully we can come out on top here at the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort. And hopefully we can do it. I'm sorry I haven't been posting for the last week, but hopefully now it is time for us to start the posting again. And now I'm checking out if we can go soft to mediums to soft, because actually in that period of time where there's a soft, the last soft is actually going to be rain. So I'm going to be trying to go soft to mediums and then inters if the rain comes. And I'm just trying to confirm we can potentially make it soft mediums without the inters if we can. I'm busy playing around with the strategy, making sure that we get the optimal strategy. And as you can see, we are going with a bit of extra fuel, making sure that we can get past those cars, because you do need to be enriched to be able to pass the different cars. And let's see how we can do it, if we can potentially win this race. Because if you haven't watched the last episodes, please go and watch them. It will mean a lot to me, and it will definitely help out this channel and will help me grow, which will make me post more. Anyway, back to the video. We are in P20 and it's 5 laps and away we go for the Dutch Grand Prix, and we get off to a pretty good start. We draw alongside Nicholas Latifi as we go into turn 1. Pretty cautious, making sure that we don't get caught up on the curve on the inside, because that will instantly try and spin you around. And we almost get past Latifi, although the move is still not done. We go around Latifi and also around Grosjean and Russell, although there was a little bit of contact with Russell, and we back in the exact same position as Latifi is storming up our inside. Side by side through here is not the way you want to go, and making sure that we get through it cleanly. And as you can see, we got a much better exit than Romain Grosjean, which puts us up into P18. He tries to fight around the outside, but eventually he has to concede the position, and we do run a little bit into the back of George Russell, about to go down the inside, but I think better over making sure that we keep our front wing in this first stage of the race. And our last 2 races have not gone well, and now I was hungry for a win, very hungry for a win. I wanted that win badly, so, but I realized that the more hungry you are for a win, the more likely you are going to go for an overtaking space that's not there. So I decided we've got 35 laps, making sure as we go around the outside of George Russell, there was an opportunity there, I took it, and we are up into P17, and we come on to lap 2, and now we still have a lot of our overtake button left. We are saving it, making sure that we can overtake cars as we go along the race, as we go around the outside of Kevin Magnussen at the hairpin with the bank turn. And the next clip is getting up the inside of Danny Kvyat up into P15, and now we are on the back of Giovinazzi. It is the end of lap 2, and the AI go quite a bit slower than we can in the last corner, and so now DRS is being enabled, but we almost get caught up on the curb, and Giovinazzi is coming back at us as we did overtake him into the first corner. But now coming around into the hairpin, we are way ahead of him, and there's just a silver arrow in the rear view mirror of Gasly. And now we are on the attack for P30. We go around the outside, which becomes the inside for the last sector chicane / hairpin. But anyway, now we come up onto the back of Daniel Ricciardo. We in P30 now. He's a P12. It could be, as Ricciardo gets a little bit of oversteer, has a little twitch, and that is the move done. On lap 4 we are in P12, and that was a horrible run through there. Luckily we could catch the car. I thought our race was over then, but apparently not, and now we are moving on to bigger and better things, such as Kimi Raikkonen and Alex Albon, who are fighting up ahead at the end of lap 4, going side by side during the last bank turn. And now Alex Albon does not have DRS, we have DRS, we're not even going to use the overtake button that much. And now we go around the outside of Kimi Raikkonen, weaving in between, in and out between the two cars, overtaking both of them at once. Now we're in P10, P9, Sergio Perez is right up ahead on lap 5, near the end of lap 5. And now we are closing in on him. Do I go with the dive bomb? No, I decide not to, showing that I am starting to learn to be patient, as it is quite a long race, making sure we can indeed win it when the time counts. And we get our first track exceeding warning. But look at the run we have on Perez. We are catching up quite a lot through the corner, although now we're almost at the same pace. And I know I cannot break him into this corner, as I do break a little bit early. But you go around the outside of him into P9, and up ahead is Lance Stroll, trying to go around the outside at the hairpin. A move you've seen me do too many times already this race, and it is only lap 6, and we do it again to Lance Stroll. And now we're up into P8. P7 is definitely on the cards, as he's right in front of us. As Lando goes very defensive, we go to the outside, brake later than him, we are side by side, and we get the inside for the left-hander. And now we are up into P7, and we've got quite a lot of points to our name, but still we want to win this championship. We have to be getting wins here, and we go around the outside of Leclerc, although Leclerc puts up a much more of a fight. And as you can see, now he was dispatched of pretty quickly. Anyway, next up is Carlos Sainz, and he is in P5. We do make a tiny bit of contact, but now with the overtake button, with rich mixture engaged, and with DRS, we are going to go steaming around the outside at turn 1. Happy hunting ground for me. Down the inside, down the outside at turn 1. Turn 1 is a very, as you can see, we smash into the 50-meter board later that lap, and he gets us right back up our inside. And now, as you can see, we go trying to go around the outside of Sergio Perez, and Carlos Sainz, and as you can see, we do indeed get up the inside of him into the last sector, chicane, hairpin, corner. And now Esteban Ocon in P4 is up next. And as you can see, we are only 1/3 into this race. We have a lot of time left to do, and as you can see, my pit window is open, but I'm going to be trying to stay out and then going on to the mediums instead of the hards to make sure that we as we get our first penalty. As I was saying, we're going to pit later to make sure that we go start to mediums and then onto the inters if it does rain. But now on lap 14, I think 4 or 5 laps after our pit window, I'm not sure, but 4 or 5 laps after our pit window, we finally decided to pit, and Verstappen has gone onto the hard tyres, and he was our whole pit stop ahead of us, which means that we still have a lot of catching up to do, although we are on the medium tyres. And as you can see, I just misjudged the pit exit a lot, and I crossed the white line. I didn't get a penalty, but as you can see now, Vettel up ahead, and now Vettel behind us, and we are in a podium position, although as you could see in the last clip we did get a penalty. So now we do have 3 seconds added to our race time, but Vettel doesn't seem to care. He's going out of that 3-second window quickly because we are much quicker than him. And now Verstappen up 10 seconds ahead. We have a mammoth task, but as you can see, we have now got 6 seconds added to our race time, and now we have pulled the gap to Bottas 10 seconds behind him, and the rain is coming down. Verstappen is only 2 seconds up the road, as I think that was Carlos Sainz decides to let us go quite easily. And now on lap 29, it is time for the pit stops. It is time to put on the intermediate tyres, and Verstappen is just ahead of us, although we get jumped by one of the Williams, whichever one it is, and Verstappen is right up ahead. We have one move to make and get 6-second gap to Verstappen. Let's see if we can do it within the next 6 laps. And coming up onto the next lap, Verstappen is right ahead of us, and we get a massive amount of traction coming out of that corner, and we make the move stick into that kind of straight that has curves. But now Verstappen is so far behind us, and as you can see, coming up across the line, we come first, our second win of the season, making sure that we are still on the cards for a title fight, even though our last 3 races have been absolute trash. But yet, there we go, Toto Wolff is happy with us, and we are in first place for the Dutch Grand Prix. And now,
tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, Crofty, this was won through an abundance of speed and an abundance of skillful overtakes. Inside, outside, cutting underneath, we saw it all today. And it's really nice to see a Grand Prix won in that manner. A race, surely, that will satisfy the purists today, I think.
yeah, I definitely had to work for that one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed.
Excellent race weekend. It's great.
And I want to know, would you like to see these shorter type of videos where I just show the overtakes and like the penalties and where I'm coming, which are like 10-minute videos, or would you like to see longer videos with me explaining the whole race, making sure that
let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you
I am
pick?
41 points behind, which is quite a lot, although I am starting to catch up.
You can't argue that he's a driver deserving of his reputation.
Let's move on to the constructors. The current championship leaders still hold top spot, but that gap is getting smaller. And with
We're
that,
closing in on Red Bull for the constructors title, and we are 41 points behind for the drivers title, which is still quite a lot. But hopefully we can make sure that in the next race we do better.